Get ready to flow. Let's dive deep with Pisces Tarot.
Your business is my business. I see every ache, every kiss, the push, the pull, the silent cries. I'm exposing all the lies, revealing the hidden truth. With me, you have the proof. Your business is my business. True. Welcome to Pisces Tarot. True.
Good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Pisces Tarot. I am your host. I am Mimi Lightseer, and over here at Pisces Tarot, your business is my business. And ooh, child, I can promise you, we are surely about to get into somebody's business. Ain't no doubt about it, right? So I want to welcome you here tonight. Thank you so much for joining. This is an interactive experience, okay? And your energy does fill the room. So do not be afraid to participate by dropping emojis in the chat. Feel free to answer some of the questions that, whether they're reflective or not, just share in this experience. Immerse yourself in this experience, but don't be shy, okay? Your participation is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing I will say, family, I encourage you to go ahead right now, grab your paper, pen, notebooks, even your notes app, whatever that you need that will be able to just give you some space to write notes down, to collect whatever spirit reveals to you today, okay? Now, let's go ahead and set the vibes. If you're ready for a good time, I want you to go ahead and put the stars I always say stars in the sky, stars in the chat, because I want to know who's ready to get into this. But first, before we begin, I just want to level set and focus our energy. Before we dive deeper, grounding is very important to keep us not only present, but protected, okay? And by protecting our energy, we do want to allow spirit to come through crystal clear, okay? So to do this, we're going to take in 3 deep breaths, and we're going to hold it for 4 seconds and release, okay? So the first breath in, we're going to inhale light and clarity and exhale any doubt and confusion, okay? Here we go. Inhale joy and freedom, and exhale sadness and distractions. Lastly, let's inhale truth and wisdom, and exhale deception and fear. Ooh, I promise every time I do that, y'all, my feet start tingling. Let's clean up the energy. Divine Spirit, you are welcome into this place. Give us clarity and insights, most of all, revelation for the people who are here currently, in the future, in the days to come. Thank you. I say, and I say. All right, y'all. If y'all feeling a little bit light, go ahead and drop the releasing of or exhale emoji in the chat. Whatever emoji that you can think of, go ahead and drop those emojis down in the chat. This is just a gentle reminder that this is a sacred space, but it can get spicy too. So if spirit comes for your edges and calls you out just a little bit, just know that you're not alone. All right. We all family over here, and it ain't nothing new under the sun. So if you're ready for spirit to come through, go ahead and put the cooking emojis in the chat, cooking emojis, or whatever emojis you can find, because it is time for us to get into this reading. All right. If y'all ready to get into it, let's go. All right, now, So before each session, I always tap in with spirit to see what comes through. And sometimes it's a message, it's a theme, it's a dream. It could be anything of where I'm getting my information from. And sometimes it's the earworm that just won't leave me alone, right? But today, spirit gave me this download, okay? And I think that this would be really good to write down because it is so much going on in this world, right? There's a lot of distractions. It is a lot of hogwash. It's just a lot of misinformation, disinformation, a lot of fear, just a lot of negativity, right? And so Spirit said to me today, you cannot trust your eyes, nor can you trust your feelings, because all of these things can be deceitful. You have to follow the knowing that is within you. And I don't know if y'all understand the difference in that, okay? I can tell you when I am being spirit led, I am called to do something that just doesn't make sense. It's impulsive. It may seemingly be irrational, illogical, but it always works out. If you know that feeling, just raise your hand. And Spirit was saying, you have to follow that inner voice that is guiding you. Trust me, it is not going to be a feeling, even though we call intuition gut feelings. This is not going to be any form of a feeling. It is going to be a knowing that is not predicated on what you see with your eyes. It's not going to be based upon what someone else told you. It is going to be an instinctive knowing. Okay. Now on the streets, y'all call it gut instinct, gut reaction. Something in my gut. I don't know. I can't think of the words right. But at the end of the day, it's your intuition. And it's about you trusting that whatever is going on in this crazy world, you will be guided and you will be protected. You will be cared for. Okay. You are being called into a season of pure, unfiltered trust, which is something that most of us cannot say that we have because we haven't had to rely on it. Right. But follow hard times and watch how everything just starts to come together and things starts working for you. And next thing you know, everything is just doing what it needs to be doing. But see, you know what the difference is? When you're desperate, you surrender. Spirit is telling you right now that you gotta surrender and just trust that it's all going to work out for your highest and greatest good. And that's a lot to process. Many times we say these things, but we don't act on it. And Spirit is saying today that this is what you need to be doing. This is what you got to do. Okay. Now, I don't know how this plugs in to today's message, but if that hit for you, go ahead and drop your favorite emoji down in the chat. And let's get ready to get into this overall energy reading, because I promise you, everything of what I just told you has something to do with your intuition right now. It has something to do with the inner knowing that is going to help you navigate on this particular journey that you're in. Okay, here we go. All right, so as we evaluate the overall undercurrent of what is going on, let's check the theme for today. What is the overall energy for this reading, Spirit? Hello, Monica, you made it. All right, let's see. What is the overall energy for today, Spirit? Today. Wow. Smoke and mirrors again. Okay. And listen, I literally just told you guys, you cannot believe anything you see. You cannot rely on what is being told to you. You have to trust your intuition. Okay. So this is again about revealing things that are not really what they are. Something is about smoke and mirrors. Okay. It's about smoke and mirrors. All right, let's see. I redid my production theme, so I'm testing it out as we go along today. So it's not exactly where I want it to be. So that's just kind of weird. But anyway, all right, I'll keep going. The truth that you need to hear for your journey. Perseverance. I know that I can set my mind, I can do whatever I set my mind to. So you're being called today, okay? You are definitely being called today to overcome whatever it is that you're being told right now. It is not what you think it is. You may have been lied to. Well, it's not you may have, because we got the smoke and mirrors. You have been lied to. You have been deceived, unfortunately. But Spirit is calling you to overcome this. Surrender whatever it is that you've been holding on to, because whatever you've preconceived and believed to be true, believed it to be factual, Spirit is saying that's not what it is at all. And I need you to trust me as I help you navigate on this journey through this situation and past this circumstance. Okay. All right. Guides of the hidden realms. What messages do you have for us today? Oh, wow. 2 cards just came flying out. Okay, the first card. This and that are true. This and that are true. This is about you being open-minded, having a perspective, or changing your perspective, nuances and complexities. Okay, remember, this is about smoke and mirrors. Okay, this is about the smoke and mirrors. What you see is true, but you can't go based on what you're seeing. We also got listen to the ancestors, which is about inherited patterns and traditions, integrated wisdom versus knowledge. Okay, so this is going to require you to fundamentally change the way you do things, change the way you have been, and change your perspective on the things that you have been believing. Okay, you are being called to have a radical shift in your life right now, and it is going to go against every norm and everything that you believed in leading up to this moment. You are on the cliff of a major transformation, and Spirit is saying this is based on what you think, what is going on in your mind. You have to recondition your mind to think and feel differently about what is going on and coming up right now. Okay. How is it showing up for us right now, Spirit? How is it showing up for us? Jennifer said, I feel a shift too. Yeah. I mean, we all do. You know, a lot of us have been up all night since the supermoon. Even though it was technically last night, we have been feeling the effects of this supermoon, which is the wolf moon, since December 31st. All right. Outer strength. Okay. So this is going to require some outer strength. Okay. There's a new opportunity coming your way. Now, in this instance, your outer strength is coming from the spirit above. Okay. You are being called. This is something you cannot and could not, nor would you have done on your own. Okay. I'll get these cards up in a minute so you can see them. And here is, what is a sign? What is a sign to let the individual watching this know that this message is for them? Spirit is not playing games today. 2 cards just flew out. Yield sign, which means patience. Now, for those of you who don't know how to drive and have licenses and still don't understand, a yield sign is not a stop sign. A yield sign is permission for you to do a rolling stop. However, that's only if no one else is coming. So Spirit is saying today that you need to slow down and be patient. Be prepared for what is coming your way. Okay? Be prepared for what is coming your way. That's what yield means. Be prepared to stop. Okay? And this is going to pull on your patience, because as I said in the download, Many of us have to be in a desperate space for us to truly surrender. And Spirit is saying today, you got to get out your way. In order for you to be successful in this season of your life, you got to get up out your way. You got to get out your way. We also got, can't make it up, water, surrender. Y'all see that? Water. What does water reflect in tarot? Emotions. So this is going to be very emotional for you. But you are being advised today to be patient and to surrender. I literally just said that. I literally just said that. Whew. I just got hot just thinking about it. So now that we know what the overall energy is, let's dig deeper and get some insights that may be specific to you and your person's relationship. All right, here we go. All right, so as we look to uncover some themes and to be able to identify some issues that may be occurring between you and your person, keep in mind that if you are new to Pisces Tarot, I tell both sides of the story. So I'm going to pull some cards and then I'm going to rearrange them to tell you who is coming from, who's representing person A and who is representing person B. All right. Here we go. This is so weird. Why is my cards not showing up? Okay. There's something going on here. Hold on. Let me take a peek at something. I apologize, guys. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to skip down here. Okay. And I got to come fix that. All right. And this was the purpose of us doing this tonight. So I can test to see, make sure, you know, my mind ain't playing tricks on me. All right. So what are some cosmic insights that you need to gather pertaining to this group of people? Okay, vacation. You will soon be traveling, okay? So you may be preparing. I know spring break is coming up, but this is pertaining to a vacation, okay? Remember, the first thing that came out is smoke and mirrors. Okay, so remember, I'm prefacing all of this by telling you, you cannot believe everything that you see right now. Okay, what is ooh, good googly muggly. That was like 28 cards just tried to fall through. Too many, Spirit. I need only just one. And then ignoring just came up. Okay. So somebody has been ignoring someone. This could be you or your person. All right. What is happening in this mission? Knocked up, pregnancy, expecting, mothering. Okay. You or your person could be, and or it could be a third party. I mean, I don't know. We're getting started. But someone here could be knocked up. Okay. Which ain't good. Especially if it's not you or your person. All right. What, when we look into the broken mirror, what do we see? Envy, hater, spiteful, jealousy. Okay. Someone here is in their feelings about what's going on right now. All right. Someone is in their feelings right now. Somebody got a hater. Somebody who's spiteful. Oh, goodness. I surely hope this is not like a, y'all. Why did I just get the impression that this could be possibly a person who co-parents a child with someone else? This very much so could be a third party. Third party involved. What lies beneath this? Okay. Watching it go down, enjoying the gossip. Okay. So somebody is watching this go down in the background. And it's very much so could be this person who is jealous and envious of you or your person in this connection. Oh my gosh, this is about to get juicy. I can hear it already. I was hoping for a love story. Aww. All right, what is the true emotion here? What is the true emotion here? Ashamed, guilt, embarrassed, in the wrong. Okay, somebody is very ashamed here. Is somebody pregnant by someone else and feel ashamed that they're pregnant by this person? Or got somebody pregnant that they are ashamed of? Oh, goodness. Don't tell me you don't went on a vacation and came back with something you didn't leave with. It's not impossible. People had too much fun on them all inclusive resorts and stuff. Y'all out there having fun. And things get messy and you know, we grown. It is what it is. What's the yin and the yang here? Okay. Cold, control, silent. We already got ignoring, okay? Silent, observing, hiding feelings, secretive, blocking emotions in a mask, okay? So someone is definitely being cold and callous here and how they do things. They're definitely ignoring somebody here, trying to act like it ain't what it is. And the last insight here. What is blocking this from going forward? What is blocking this from going forward? Okay. Stuck in the past. Let go of your ex completely so you can truly welcome new love into your life. Okay, so we do have a third party person here. All right, we do have a third party person here. Now, it has not totally been confirmed yet. However, when you think about being stuck in the past and still holding on to an ex, I would venture to say that that ex is somewhere causing problems. That's who's envious here. Oh my goodness. All right, person A. Who is person A? For one, person A possibly thought that things were going a whole lot better than what they were. Okay, we got the vacation here and knocked up. I'm gonna say person A is the person who's knocked up. All right, their pregnant, expecting, okay, mothering. I think that this person is definitely ashamed that this has happened to them. They feel guilty. They feel embarrassed. Perhaps they're pregnant by somebody they should not have been messing around with to begin with. It feels like a secret. Like a secret, what they call it. Y'all know I'm not in the streets, so I don't know what they call it when it used to be a boo thing. What they call it? Put down sneaky links. Yeah, it feels like it was a sneaky link. Oh, what's the new word? Y'all got to tell me because y'all know I ain't outside. And I feel like they're the ones that is watching everything go down. Okay. I feel like they're watching it and enjoying the gossip, but not for the reasons that you think. They're watching it go down. That's for sure. Person B, I feel is cold, Okay, they're silently observing, hiding their feelings, being secretive, blocking their emotions. I think that they're the person that's ignoring person A. I definitely think they still got a person from the past here that they're still holding on to, and that person is envious. That person is a hater, and I'm going to stand on that. Okay, I'm hoping that that's not the case, but that's what's coming to me right now. All right. So if you feel this already, go ahead and drop some coffee, some tea, something in the chat, and let me know if you feel like spirit is talking to you. Okay. But before we move forward, let's go ahead and pull those energies so that we can see whose business we are about to get in. All right. Now, I've been playing with my sound, so if this sound is loud, please let me know, because I'm codependent on you telling me if it works or not. All right. Here we go. Now, before we move forward, remember I told you this feels like a sneaky link situation? Why did the high priestess just fall out upright? And if you remember back to what I talked about in the divine download about how you have to trust your intuition, this just came out. The high priestess, about intuition, sacred knowledge, the subconscious, and the divine feminine. Okay? Trust yourself. This is about sensitivity, purity, and high morals. Okay, I definitely think this applies to person A. Okay, so person A is definitely a female. All right. Now, spirit, tell me, who is person A? Show me person A in all of this. Who is person A? Person A is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You are coming in as the lovers, okay? Upright. This is about love, harmony, relationships, union, partnerships, sexuality, okay? Passion, values, alignment, deep love, a choice, the strength of two being together, okay? We have the lovers card here, all right? Which is definitely tracking with where we were talking prior to now. Okay. So we got the lovers. All right. The lovers card. Now, spirit, tell me, who is person B? Person B is also a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. However, they are coming in today as the Ten of Swords in reverse, which is referring to something cannot getting worse, only upwards, recovery, regeneration, re-existing, and inevitable end. Okay. So what I'm picking up with this right now is that person B is being forced to make some changes in their behavior, some decisions, okay, that they possibly have not made leading up to now. Okay. But the time is now. Oh, goodness, this is about to get juicy. I can tell you that already. Let's get ready to confirm what Spirit has said so far. And I'll be right back. All right. Here's where we integrate tarot with what I have told you leading up to this moment, okay? I will confirm with you everything that Spirit has shared with me through the cards, okay? But first, we are going to start with evaluating both person A and person B's current energy, okay? What is going on? How is person... Ooh, that was... Y'all, I didn't even shuffle these cards good, and this card flew out.
Oh, now we're in trouble.
Person A is definitely a female, but remember I told y'all about this third party? It's confirmed right here. It just confirmed right here. There is definitely a third party. There's an infidelity here. Person A is supposed to be happy. This is why they're embarrassed. Person A is supposed to be happy and enjoying the fact that they are pregnant, enjoying the fact that they are moving forward with their lives and things are going well for them. And all of a sudden, here comes this other third person. Okay. Here comes this person out the blue that they didn't know nothing about. This is why you can't, this is why, listen. This is why Spirit was heavy on the smoke and mirrors. This is why Spirit said you cannot believe anything that you see. You can't believe anything that somebody is telling you. It's not what you know. It's about what is in here, your intuition. And that was confirmed with that high priestess when it fell out. Okay, so this is about you. You don't went on vacation with this person thinking everything is all hunky-dory, thinking that you're progressing in this relationship, that you're building trust, that you're building a foundation, that everything is what you thought it was and what they said it was, only to find out a day late and a dollar short that this person got somebody else still in the mix. How does that make you feel? Okay, how does that make you feel? There was a lot of deceit here. And during this time where you should be, enjoying your pregnancy and, living the best life, you can't do that right now. Because you now have been exposed to something that you did not see coming. I mean, not to shade nobody, but I've been there before. So I know how it feels. I know how silly and naive you feel when you're walking around here pregnant by somebody else, only to find out that there's someone else in the picture or possibly pregnant with you. This definitely has person A very, very emotional here. This caught you off guard. This got your world flipped upside down. You never in a million years thought you'll be here in this situation, and here we are. Oh, Spirit, what is person B feeling like currently right now? Person B coming in, both of y'all, this is kind of interesting, okay? Both of y'all came in with major arcana. This is a life-changing situation here for both of you guys. When we talk about tarot, there's 3 buckets of major arcana. You have things that change you and the way that you think. You got things that, the second bucket is things that come up that change the way that you show up to others. And then the final bucket is like your major transformation, right? Both of these fall in that first bucket. And what this tells me is person B has been knowing, they have been knowing for a long time that this situation with this third party person is not going anywhere. But they keep on keeping on dealing with this person, and they're wasting time. And their spirit man has been telling them it's time for them to open up their eyes. They have been knowing that this ain't going nowhere. But you keep on entertaining this person thinking that something's going to change. Yet here we are.
2,000 years later.
And now you have found someone else to possibly live your life with or whatever. And you're sitting up here caught. You have your intuition speaking to you very highly right now as well. So both of you, which is interesting, both of you are being called today to listen to your intuition. But person B here is definitely being called to the carpet because your secrets are about to be exposed. Okay? It's no longer hidden. The truth is coming out, and the truth is about to set you free. Just when person B thought Because again, you stuck in the past. Just when you thought it couldn't get no worse, here it is, your worst nightmare coming forward. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right. Spirit, what makes this situation favorable? What was the best thing that came out of this situation? Or is coming out of this situation? Well, we got the Page of Cups here in reverse. Okay? This is definitely going to require you to not only follow your instincts, but to make that head over heart decision. And the question is going to be, are you going to choose love or are you going to choose security? It feels like the money or financial stability, the imagery of what it would look like for you to be with this person is what was really like a driving point for why this decision was made for you guys to become one or to deal with each other. This was not one of those instances where it was like, oh, I just love his personality. No, this has nothing to do with the personality. This has something to do with money. Okay, this has something to do with money. There was a benefit, I don't want to call it a surface benefit because that definitely sounds shallow. But there was definitely at the surface a benefit to being in this situation with this particular person. And now that the things are coming to the forefront, you're sitting back here just observing, like, I don't even know if I want to do this. And it's kind of like you're regretting it. Because now you feel stuck, codependent. Again, there is a child on the way. And I will tell you, if somebody is here raising a child on their own, you a bad mama jamma. Because in today's economy, you need every dollar to help. This situation here is going to empty your wallet. And you're going to be bound by this. Obviously, because it's a baby involved, right? But you're going to be committed to this. Yeah, this. Oh, goodness. What is problematic about this, Spirit? We got the Ten of Swords again. Okay? In reverse. Person A, you are really starting to regret pursuing this connection. You in too deep. Spirit just said you let the best of the internet get to you. Spirit also said, knowing early on, so this is not like the pregnancy is far, okay? The pregnancy is not far along. I'm going to venture to say the pregnancy is maybe 3 to 4 months, enough to where you are aware of a pregnancy, but unable to do anything about it. Okay, so you're good at stuck. You stuck like Chuck right now. Okay. However, what Spirit is saying is this is a God thing for you. And I know that I know this. I'm trying to translate this as best as I can. I empathize with you, person A. And remember, these roles can be reversed, but I empathize with you, person A, because I understand what it feels like to get caught up and to be in too deep. Okay. And you can't get out. But what Spirit is saying to you today is if you trust your intuition, if you trust your spirit man, everything is going to work out. You just got to surrender. This pregnancy is not particularly about person B. This is about you, person A. Person B is a part of the conversation, yes, because they're the father of the child, okay? But person A, this is about you. God is saying to you, trust him for your provision. Trust him for your guidance, because you putting your faith in this other person is all smoke and mirrors. This man is not who you think he is. You've been bamboozled.
Embarrassing.
And this is why you feel ashamed. This is why you feel embarrassed. And this is why you feel like you're in the wrong. But Spirit is telling you right now today to stop looking at your circumstance and keep your eyes on the prize. Don't think about it. You're going to be well taken care of. But your provision is not coming from this other person. They're just the byway of how this blessing is coming to you. Oh my goodness. Oh. What is this trying to teach you? This 9 of Cups in reverse. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is trying to teach you that everything is not predictable. Like you can't account for every possible outcome in a situation. You cannot predict you can't plan your life down to the penny. Even though a lot of people seem to think that they can, and there are a lot of people in this world who do plan their lives down to the very second, right? But at the end of the day, that's not how this works. And what this is trying to teach you is you got to let go of those preconceived notions about what success looks like, about what family looks like, about what life looks like. See, you've been very impressionable, person A. And while that is admirable, you've been very naive and gullible, if I'm just being frank. I hope this person is not an entertainer or a person who puts on the air that they have fast money or they have a lot of money, like money ain't a thing. Like this person has lured you under false pretenses. But if I'm being honest, they're not processing this the way that you're processing this. And this is where I go back to them. Not only do they have this third party person who should have been out the way, Spirit just told me that Spirit has been calling this person to change their life and changing the way that they move for quite some time. They have been ignorant in every capacity. This is the integrated pattern. It's ingrained in them to live their life in this way. And Spirit has been trying to call them out of this destructive path. And they have just ignored it. So right now, their intuition, anything that we're talking about, they ain't trying to hear it. They're not. But they can't sleep, though. They ain't sleeping at night. They're not sleeping at night at all. They're not rested. They're physically not well right now. Okay? Physically not well right now. Having emotional breakdowns. Also, doing a lot of binge drinking. Okay? A lot of binge drinking right now. They can't believe that they're in this situation at all. This is also why they're being cold, silent, hiding their feelings, being secretive, blocking their emotions. They're trying to turn the radio off. And the reality is, you can't come out of this now. We're here now, sweetheart. It is what it is. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? This is the consequences of your actions. Wow. How about that? 2 cards just fell out. The Lovers and the Ace of Wands in reverse. This sounded good in the beginning. It sounded real good. Y'all came together. It was a great connection full of high, intense passion. You had a lot of things in common with this person, so you thought. That's why it's the smoke and mirror. Because the person that you thought this person was is not who you thought they were. You was thinking with your body parts. And now that flame, that spark has dwindled. Now what? Now what you do? Now what to do? We got the Queen of Cups here in reverse. Okay? Person A, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. How do you heal? By accepting the truth. How do you move on? By realizing that your baby dad is not who you thought they were. That you really aren't special. I hate to say it. This person is treating you the exact same way that they have treated other people in the past. Unfortunately. This person has a history of love bombing people. And when he bored with them, start breadcrumbing them. And then fade to black. That's what the cards just said. This is their history. And unfortunately, you now too are a part of their history. Not just because you was a part of their story in this season of life, but because now you guys are connected forever through the byway of a child. Oh, so what does this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius need to do? Stop looking back. It's not going to change with that 6 of Cups. It's not going to change. You got to pull back your energy. You got to pull back your energy. You've been giving so much to this other person. And now it's time for you to withdraw. It's time for you to pull back your energy and to think about what's going to work best for you. You need to start saving your money as well, because you have kind of been living a flamboyant lifestyle, trying to keep up with the likes of this other person. So like it kind of feels like to me, there was like a healthy competition where it's like, who gonna outflex the other? I got money, he got money. We got money. I can do for my man, he can do for me. The internet got the best of you. I said that earlier. But the internet has gotten the best of you. And how you think, how you view money, that's where God is saying to you today that you cannot be moved by what you see or even by what you know is what you have going on in the inside of you. Because only spirit can get you through this season of your life. And if you don't learn now how to pull back and walk away with your head high, you won't be able to walk away at all. At all. Spirit says, I know that you are hurt. and all of those negative things. But to remember that everything works together for your highest good. There is still a blessing coming out of this. You just got to see it. This was also a turning point in this relationship for both of you. So this had to happen. This was a necessary evil that had to happen. It feels like you were collateral damage person A because you fell in love with this person. But no, that's not how that goes at all. That's not how that works at all. This situation is being weaponized to help you grow and to call back your strength. That's why you have been called to surrender. That's why you have been called to be patient. Because it's a lot of things that are going to happen and it's not going to happen quickly. However, you will benefit from the growth that comes out of this season. You just got to trust and believe. This is going to be outer strength coming from somebody else you don't know. Outside of yourself. It's beyond you. It is beyond you at this point. I want you to drop a candle in the chat if this is something that is resonating with you. Leave your thoughts and your comments in the section below, because we're about to clarify this. We're going to dive deeper and to evaluate this situation further. We just got the surface of what's going on. I almost want to say it's not good, but it's all good. It just don't feel like it right now. All right, here we go. All right, as we dive deeper, okay, I will closely examine this situation very, very, very closely, okay? And look at where Spirit is showing me that the hidden motives are, the unseen layers, the real moments, and all of that other stuff that we couldn't see from this first go round. All right? All right, Spirit. Clarify this energy, this present. Well, that was quick. We got the Sun in reverse. Person A, you're very disappointed. You are very disappointed. And part of the reason why you're disappointed is because I feel like Spirit was trying, your intuition was calling you to walk away from this person before this situation took place. And you were so wrapped up and involved in what was going on in the happenings that you kind of like ignored your intuition. Which also points back to why you're disappointed and embarrassed and ashamed. Spirit, tell me about this third party. I'm going to start here. Tell me about this third party, Spirit. Does this person already have children with another person? Does person B have children already with someone else? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And I will tell you, this person is likely to not be a great parent, because we got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Unpaid debts, strings attached, power and domination. So what that is telling me is, yes, this person does have children and they possibly don't take care of their kids, or they always blaming the other person for why they don't do for their children. They're creating a barrier here, okay, that does not need to exist. Now, what sign? Look, not the Empress. Look, y'all, 3 cards just tried to flip over. But the Empress in reverse was at the bottom of that stack. Okay? We got creative blocks, selfishness, impatience, dependent on others, inaction, lack of concentration, indecisive, overwhelming, anxiety, and infidelity. Okay? Yikes. Spirit, show me the sign of this other woman. The other woman is a Cancer, Scorpio, or a Pisces. Okay? And they're coming in also as the Knight of Cups in reverse. They're disappointed too. But check this out. Another term for this King of Knight of Cups is jealousy. And we've already talked about this person being envious and jealous. Okay? Being spiteful. So, I mean, I would imagine if I had a child with somebody and they weren't taking care of their children, I would imagine I would be angry too, right? Spirit, give me some insight about this relationship between person B and his third party. Give me some insight about person B and his third party. We got the 10 of Wands. This, I'm telling you, this situation should have been over a long time ago. You got the 10 of Wands in reverse. Okay? They should have freed themselves from this connection a long time ago. But they haven't. The King of Cups here. Okay? And if you look at this card, you have a man with a young boy. Okay, so there's a nurturing energy here, which is why they have not walked away. They couldn't free themselves. They wanted to unburden themselves, but they couldn't because they have a child with this other person. And let's be clear, this person loves their child or their children. They just don't take care. They're doing that to spite the other person. So you see how this is messy and all dramatic? You're not taking care of your kids because you mad, because she mad, and what? And then we have the Sun card. So this was very disappointing. The Sun card in reverse, that is. Okay? This was very disappointing. This was hurtful. I told you earlier, this person has mental blockages. They need to get some mental help. They've been trying to cope as best as they can with their situation and their circumstance. But their way of coping is not only irresponsible, but it's negligence in every way. Okay? How should this Gemini, oh, I didn't even get a chance to answer the dang question. I was going to ask, how should you process this so that you can move on and have a healthy space, okay? And we got the Page of Wands in reverse. All right? A part of this is because you're disappointed and you're hurt, you're trying to pull back to figure out how you're feeling and to assess your emotions and all of these other things, right? But what's going to continue to keep you disappointed is that you're going to continue to find out more and more things about this person and this other person. Which is why we go back to the smoking mirror. It's not what you think it is at all. What you think you see is not really what you see. what he said it was ain't really what it is. It's not the truth. So the more you go through this, the more you're starting to watch it go down. And you're going to have to make a decision about what you want to do. Because the more you listen to this person talk, whenever they do decide they want to talk, they're not going to be telling you the truth.
Funny.
And Spirit is telling you that you don't necessarily need this person to be successful and to persevere. You want this person. Because there is something that this person has presented to you that is a part of the smoke and mirrors. It's an illusion. They're not who they say they are at all. Yeah. We got the Temperance and the Hierophant back to back. Okay? This is going to fundamentally change you. This is teaching you a major lesson. What is the exact lesson that you are trying to teach this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? Your visions are getting you in trouble. Yeah. Your visions are getting you in trouble. You are creating a life that's not meant for you to live. You got the King of Wands here, and then you got the Nine of Cups in reverse. Your aspirations, the things, again, the internet is getting the best of you, the things that you're putting on a pedestal, the things that you have glamorized. Somebody done really got in your head, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And it's not just this person, it's all around you. These are societal pressures and norms that have infiltrated your brain and got you thinking that things have to be this certain particular way, and that you're going to glam up and you're going to boss up and you're going to level up in whatever rhetoric you want to use. And Spirit is saying right now, this ain't the life that I got for you. Chill out. Have some patience. Pump your brakes. Surrender. Let go and let God. Because everything that you're doing in your own strength is not working out for you. Yep. And then you got the Hermit in reverse. It's time for you to come out of this. It's time for you to, wow. Spirit said very frankly, ain't you tired? And are you done? Wow. Who wants to be called out like that? I have no idea. I'm not calling you out. I'm just telling you what I am hearing. And Spirit just said to you, ain't you tired? And aren't you done? Or are you done? So this sounds like this has been a repeated pattern for you, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And the question is why? Because this is coming, although this is making you weak right now, this is coming to you at a time where you are now being called into a reckoning, if you will. And you got to learn these lessons. These are hard lessons. These are not easy, quick fixes. Spirit said this is why he had to sit you down with this major life disruption. Then we got the Hangman. See, it's all these major things going on. All these things are going on. You got to stop. It's time for you to pause and to reflect and to look within. I know it's only so much you can do at a time like this. We know. We know. But Spirit is saying to you that the only way for you to really persevere and make through and to get through this is to surrender and to trust him. But you can't do that because you're chasing everything else externally than to focus internally and align yourself with Spirit. You've been operating in the flesh per se. And it's not your way. It's not your will for your life. Even though we celebrate free will, your free will has gotten you in a lot of trouble right now. And Spirit has just been sitting back and looking and watching you make these mistakes with love and grace, but definitely sitting back there monitoring.
The one.
Okay? I mean, like, boy, like that's kind of crazy. Well, it's not crazy. Let me rephrase, because that sounds kind of harsh. We all go through seasons of immaturity as we try to find ourselves and we look and we go through things so that we can learn. That's what gives us wisdom, right? That's what gives us wisdom. And that's where this card said here, integrated wisdom versus knowledge. So these things that you've gone through are lessons that are being put in your toolkit that are giving you the wisdom of how to move. Now you got to discern with that wisdom what is and is not the best way of going about doing things. What else? Yeah, you got to free yourself. You got to free yourself. You've been making a lot of bad choices and poor choices and bad decisions and just been going with it. And Spirit is saying you cannot move forward like this. Like you just cannot. You cannot. You cannot continue down this path making irrational, illogical, immature decisions. Once you have kids, let me rephrase. Once you have kids, you should make better choices and better decisions because there's someone else not only watching you, but they're counting on you. Which is possibly why Spirit has brought you to this point to sit you down, to make you slow down. So that you can't be willy-nilly here, there, and everywhere. Then we got the 7 of Cups. You have no choice. You're out of choices. You're out of you're out. You're just all out. You're out. You're out. Whew. This is a painful lesson for you to learn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It is. It's a hard lesson to learn, but it was a necessary lesson for you to learn because you weren't getting it any other way. Now, the question is, why now, Spirit? Why is it so urgent now? What is the urgency? Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I got the Knight of Wands in reverse, the 2 of Cups, and the 3 of Cups upright. Spirit is saying right now, you can keep going if you want to with this. It ain't going nowhere. You just wasting your time. You just playing. You're just playing. This is not going to move the way that you think it's going to move. It is not going to work out the way that you think it's going to work out. So that's why Spirit has stepped in and to intercept this situation for you, because you are not going to pump the brakes. So he's pumping it for you. And this is not just about you. This is about them as a person too, because they clearly got their own healing that they got to reckon with. They're on their own journey. But I'm talking about you. You thinking that this person gonna choose you and marry you? No, it ain't gonna happen. But that's what you holding on to. Yep, we got the High Priestess and the Justice in reverse. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. You sitting around here holding on to this person, thinking that at some point in the future, especially because y'all got kids, that this mofo gonna wake up, smell the coffee, and gonna choose you and want to be with you. And I can't tell you that they gonna do that. I can't tell you that they're gonna do that. But I will tell you, I will look to see what the final outcomes are. So here we go. Now, as we start to shift to assess the potential final outcome, I say potential because I cannot predict free will, okay? I can only tell you what the energy suggests, and I know that Spirit has shown us a very nuanced and complicated situation, which we knew early on that this was going to be that type of conversation, okay? But Spirit has shown us clarity, okay? It has revealed the chaos to us, and it is showing us the importance of choice here. All right. Now, Spirit can light up the path, but it's up to you to walk it. Okay. And this is where your free will comes into play, because now you've been empowered to do something fundamentally different than what you would normally do. You got the power to co-create. So let's look and see. Where does, we've asked that question, but how should this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, I couldn't even finish the question. My question was going to be, how should you think about this and trying to move forward? And a death card came flying out. You need to be thinking about the long-term transformation that's coming here. You're being asked to change. Well, not asked. You're being forced to change at this point, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Both of you are. Interestingly enough, there's two polarizing ends of the spectrum. But there is an inner work and healing that needs to take place. And both of you guys have been running from this growth. And now Spirit is saying you don't have a choice. It's happening.
What the fuck was that?
It's going to be what it's going to be. And it's going to do what it's going to do. But you cannot continue to do the same things over and over and over and over again. Grow up. How old are you? And I'm saying this with love. I'm saying this respectfully. Stop looking at time and saying, oh, I'm getting old and I should be here and I should be doing that. Time is relative and subjective. Your journey is not going to be like anybody else's. We got the Nine of Pentacles. I told you once, I'm going to tell you again. On this journey that you're going on, you have to change your spending habits. It's no longer about you anymore. And if you don't recall, I said it right when this card came out, and I said it again when this card came out. These two cards, I pointed this out to you then. You got to prepare for what is to come. You got to be a boss about your business, not a woman about town. This card fell in my lap. We got the Queen of Swords in reverse. Yeah. Because you're going to come to the reckoning and learning that this person has been very dishonest. They have been lying to you, and you're going to sit back and reflect, and you are going to come to a point where you are going to regret the fact that you entertained them. But like you are a part of their journey, they were a part of your journey. You guys will not become who you are supposed to evolve and become if you had not crossed paths. So don't sit back and look at this person with the side eye, meaningful, grudgeful, you know, any of those things like that. And let me say this. I don't even know why this other person, this other lady is envious of you. Because you don't have a different version of the man that she had. Y'all got the same varmint. He the same. Ain't nothing changed. Nothing. We got the Six of Pentacles. Okay? You're going to have to prepare yourself to take care of your child. That's what all your focus is about to go. On delivering a baby that's healthy and being prepared to take care of them. And then we got the Eight of Swords. Okay? You're going to have to overcome this barrier. Stop trying to pretend like nothing's happening. Stop trying to pretend like it ain't what it is. No, boo-boo, it is what it is. Stop trying to make yourself, put yourself on a pedestal and think that you better than somebody else. You're not better than anyone else. You just think you're special because it's you. But I hate to tell you, and it's frank, matter of fact way, but this person is literally doing to you what he did to his last girlfriend that's still hanging around. That's spiteful and everything else. Spirit, what is this person's, what is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius fear about being a single parent? Siri, I'm not talking to you. Alexa, I'm not talking to you. What is the fear of being a single parent? All right. Again, the Lovers came out. Okay, this was your foundational energy. Okay, you were looking for partnership, and now you're not having that happy experience anymore with this Four of Wands in reverse. This is a broken home. And again, we got the Eight of Swords in reverse. I can't make it up. It is what it is. Now what? It happened. You can't force somebody to want to be with you. You can't manipulate somebody to want to be with you. It has happened. And now what? This is why Spirit is saying, trust your intuition. Trust your into knowing. Listen to yourself. Trust God. Because you are being guided out of this situation. Will Gemini, Libra, Aquarius walk away? Listen, you in a chokehold about this. You are in a chokehold. These two cards fell on the floor, which is a Nine of Swords, which is stressful. And you got the Moon card in reverse. Okay? There's a lot of things about this person that you didn't know. And this is stressing you out. Do you hear me? It is stressing you out. I asked the question about if this person, if you were going to walk away. I got the Hangman, the Hierophant in reverse, And then I got the Three of Wands in reverse. Faith without works is dead. Okay. And when I say that, I mean, if you are gathering wisdom on how to move forward and how to overcome this situation and how to move through, and you're being equipped with all of these other things, you hold on to it. Ignoring it. The check engine light been on all this time. So now you're ignoring it. The check engine light been on all this time. So now you're mad because the car broke down. Mad because the car broke down. Yeah, you stranded. The check engine light been on for the last 27, 11 days. And you've ignored it. Like the broke down car, that's how the situation has been with you, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You have seen all of the warning signs. You had all of the red flags. And you kept moving forward with this connection because you liked what the connection could do for you, not necessarily what you can do or what it... I'm saying this wrong. You liked the connection because of what it could do for you and how it made you look, not necessarily what you were going to get from it. You liked it because of the glitz and the glamour. You liked it because it sound good. You liked it because it was little baby in them. I don't know. But whatever your motivating factor for this particular relationship was, you ignored all the signs. And now we're here. Yeah, you feel stuck. But this is why you're also being called to surrender. This is why you're also being called to trust God. And this is why you're also being asked to move forward. Whew. I'm going to ask that you think about what was shared and what surprised you. And if anything, has this even helped you? And if it has resonated or landed with you anywhere, I want you to write down in the chat, I choose I choose freedom. I choose peace. I choose love. I choose to protect my child, whatever. Okay? Whatever that looks like for you. Whew. Man, that has been a journey. And I wholeheartedly empathize with you. And I want you to know that you're not alone in this. You're not. Thousands of women do it every day on their own. And I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's not going to have consequences. I'm not saying any of those things. But what I am saying is if you trust God as it has come through in this reading, you will be okay. You will be okay. But for now, you need to take a step back. And you need to really reflect and assess on the woman that you're becoming. And what does she look like? Not necessarily staying as the woman that you once were, because you're outgrowing that person. Okay? So with that being said, I want to say thank you so much for rocking with me over here at Pisces Tarot. I am Mimi Lightseer. If something hit you deep, drop that heart in the chat and let me know what resonated with you most in the chat. But before we go, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and become a member of our community, because we will be doing great things in 2026. We've been rocking out for 2 years now. All right. So remember, everyone is fighting a battle that you cannot see. So remember to be kind, gentle, and patient with others as much as you are yourself. How people treat you is not your business, but how you respond is. Make sure you leave a little bit of love everywhere you go today, and I will see you next time. Bye. Peace, y'all.